All right, let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking on Wuhan. The world is trying to contain the spread of the COVID-19 variants, and scientists in Wuhan have now flagged another coronavirus. They're calling it Neonovid. So how is this one different from the Wuhan virus? Now, coronavirus does not refer to just one virus. It in fact refers to a group of viruses. It's a type like SARS-CoV-1 or SARS-CoV-2 or the MERS-CoV that resulted in the Middle East respiratory syndrome. Now, all of these are infections that are caused by coronaviruses. So there is another coronavirus that's just been detected. Now, to be clear, this is not a new virus. It was first discovered in bats from South Africa. So why is this virus suddenly being spoken about so prominently at this point of time? Because scientists in Wuhan have now flagged two big concerns. Firstly, this new virus, Neonovid, could start infecting humans. This is a possibility at this point of time. It has not happened so far. This is a possibility. All it needs is just one mutation, and Neonovid could start infecting humans. And concern number two is the mortality rate. Now, according to what is being spoken about by the researchers and scientists who are looking at this virus, this is a virus. Neonovid could be a mix of SARS-CoV and MERS-CoV, and it is very highly transmissible like SARS-CoV and has a pretty high fatality rate, may have a pretty high fatality rate like MERS-CoV. Now, according to reports, 1 out of every 3 patients could actually succumb to the infection of this virus. That's a mortality rate of almost about 33%. So let's try and put these numbers into context. The coronavirus that has resulted in the COVID-19 infection has a mortality rate of about 1.5%. That's after all the vaccinations and boosters. In 2020, it was about 4 to 5%. Neonovid could have a mortality rate of almost about 33%, and also keep in mind that this could be highly transmissible and therefore very dangerous. Now, this of course might sound scary for people who are looking at how these viruses can mutate and develop and spread, but that's been the reaction from the science community as well, who's researching on this virus. Now, the question, of course, a lot of people are asking, and especially the health officials are asking, is are we looking at another possible kind of a rapid spreading virus, a virus from bats? Scientists from Wuhan, and also in the month of January that they've been studying this virus, have said that there are bad memories that have been associated with this type of a coronavirus. But now is not the time to panic. Now is the time to test ourselves to see if we've learned something from the last 2 years. For starters, we also need to look at how credible the report is. It was published by scientists at the Wuhan University. The question is it peer-reviewed? At this point of time, it hasn't been peer-reviewed. And that should be a top priority right now. So get more experts to analyze the findings. We need as many brains working on this as possible. Now, here's another question. Has the World Health Organization seen this report yet? Well, yes, the World Health Organization has seen this report, and this is what its officials have had to say. And I quote this report where they've said that animals, particularly wild animals, are the source of more than 75% of all emerging infectious diseases in humans. Whether the virus detected in the study will pose a risk for humans will, of course, require further study. So the WHO wants more research, more data to decide on what to do next, and this is where the world needs to be more proactive. Last time, China was allowed to take the lead because the virus emerged in China. We let the WHO formulate our response, and we all know how that has turned out. So this time round, it is important that nations push for more transparency. So how was this report made? Why were the scientists from Wuhan researching this virus? What kind of research are the scientists in Wuhan actually carrying out? All of these are questions that need to be answered. Wuhan is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.